Spring has sprung and summer is right around the corner, which means it's going to get hot and water spots become even more of a factor when washing your car. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to reduce the chance of water spots by evacuating the water as fast as possible. But before we get into that, I want to thank today's sponsor, obviously the House of Rags. Head on over to thehouseofrags.com. You can pick up my line QUIVR, including the products we're going to be talking about today. Clean by Pan the Organizer, Luminous, Katiba, obviously the House of Rags towels, tons of good stuff. Use code I'mJoshV for 10% off site-wide. All right, so the number one way that I've always found to reduce water spots is just to make sure you get those water spots off the vehicle as quickly as possible. And to do that, today we have two options for you from my QUIVR lineup. We've got the QUIVR Not a Beach Towel, nice, very easy to handle size here, and this is a micro twist loop construction. What that means is the fibers are twisted together, but they're a micro twist, so it's a really short pile, so it doesn't get caught on emblems. I've worked on a lot of like Bentley Continentals, Bentley GTs, but the Flying Spur, especially the Speed Editions, have a really tight script logo, and you can break those things off very easily. So I always go to the QUIVR Not a Beach Towel, so you don't have to worry about that. But still be careful on those emblems. Accidents do happen, but this will make it way easier. Now the next one up is my favorite for, again, drying the vehicle as fast as possible, and that is going to be the QUIVR Nazare Massive Drying Towel. And when I say massive, I mean it. It is an 80-inch by 40-inch size. This is a traditional twist loop style, so it holds an absolute ton of water, and you're able to just toss this thing over a vehicle, pull, and it dries everything off. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But before I do, I want to show you the size of this thing. And I was very intentional when creating the size of this. So again, 80 by 20, so very large, but I want, or sorry, 80 by 40, but I want 80 by 40 so that you can fold it in half, and then you just have a nice large 40 by 40, which makes it much easier to work with for people that aren't as tall, or even honestly, even if you're not tall, the great thing about this, even working on small cars, I have a Porsche Cayman I love using this on, is I can toss it over the entire hood, drape it down a little bit over the fenders, and work it that way. And you can keep it really easily controlled, keeping it away from your wheels and tires because you don't want to contaminate the towel. So real quick, I'm going to wet down the glass and the hood and just show you how quickly and easily we can dry this thing down. And again, not have to worry about water spots. Water spots happen, especially even with ceramic coated vehicles. It creates tight little water beads. But if there's any contamination in your water, as those little tiny water beads evaporate, it leaves the contamination behind, calcium deposits, things like that, that can cause the water spots. So that's why you want to get them off as quickly as possible. So as you can see, it is nice and wet now. I'm just going to toss this towel to the side. We're going to take the Nazare and we're going to drape it over the glass and pull it. And now the glass is dry over the hood. So you can see all the water on here. We're just going to pull it and it is all dry. Now again, the Not a Beach Towel is my favorite for getting into the tight spots. Really doing the kind of bulk pickup with the Nazare and then coming through and fine tuning with the Not a Beach Towel. Really easy to get, like I said, main thing around the emblems, but also does just an absolutely fantastic job. If you don't want a giant towel, this one's amazing as well. Here, let's do that real quick. Let's get this wet again. Okay. And same thing here. We're just gonna plop it down, okay, pat it dry and pull. And it is all dry. I like to do that and then flip the towel to a nice fresh side. Up again, pull, nice and dry. Up again, pull, and nice and dry. If there are any little streaks and stuff like that left behind, that's when I go for my QUIVR hot coat. I'll spray this. You can actually use this multiple different ways. My favorite is typically I'm drying the vehicle like I did. So then I will go ahead and take the hot coat ceramic detail spray. It's insanely easy to use, really easy, streak-free. Usually when I start this off, this is a Freebird. I believe this is a Freebird 400 from the House of Rags. I think it's a 400 GSM. But I'll take 2 spritz. There you go. And I'll wipe it into the panel. It's going to pick up any of the streaking. Flip it. Boom. Good to go. Extremely slick and hydrophobic now as well, which again is going to help keep the car easier to maintain because the water won't just sit on the panel. Now after I do that section, I'll come over, one more spritz into the towel and do another section. This product goes a very, very long way. It's one of those things, if you think you're not using enough, you could be using too much. Like, it really goes a long way. And again, like I said, there are other ways to use it. You can apply it as the vehicle is still wet. And actually that will help with drying as well. It'll keep the surface a little bit slicker. Just make sure not to overuse it. Just one spritz per panel is typically all you need, and you're good to go. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope those tips and tricks help you. Again, there's really no need to have water spots if you're drying your car as quickly as you can with tools like this. So that's it for today's video. Again, thank you to the House of Rags. Make sure to go over there, thehouseofrags.com. Use code I'mJoshV for 10% off, and we will see you guys on the next one.